I just read that a very important Swedish music entrepreneur, musician, and, well, someone who really burned for music has passed away. And I'm talking about a man called Hansi Schwarz. He was born in Germany, but he lived most of his life in Sweden. And he's mainly famous for two things. First, he played with a group in the 60s and 70s called the Hootenanny Singers, a group which also contained the future ABBA member Björn Ulvaeus. And that's fine. But also, in my book, maybe even a bit more important, is the fact that he took care of the music festival in the small town of Västervik, where he came from, for, well, since the late 60s up until, well, last year. So he organized it, and he was the passion behind this music festival that kept on going, and great musicians from all over the world, mainly the Nordic countries, got there and played, and it was based on folk music and singer-songwriters, and I think it's great pity to hear, very sad to hear that he's gone. He was 70 years old. He had health issues, lost well, for some time, but still, you never believe that these beating hearts that beat for something, that really have passion for something, that it will ever, well, go away or fade out or stop. I read, though, that the music festival will continue in Västervik, and that's great. But I thought I'd show you some records connected with Hansi Schwarz. I have some records with Hootenanny Singers, not that many. Among the records I grew up with was a, well, fairly cheap compilation from 1970 with material from the early 60s by the Hootenanny Singers, but I haven't found my own issue of it. But I could show you this fairly early Hootenanny Singers album from 1966, I think. Hootenanny Singers International, in which they sing in German, Swedish, and English, of course, and also in French, I think, and Italian, yeah. This album, which is a bit like a compilation album, also consists of one of the great pop songs of in the Swedish 60s, called No Time, which is a song written by Björn Ulvaeus. It was issued on the Polar label. It was Polar label, as many of you already know, was founded and run by Stickan Andersson, who would later become the man behind ABBA. And ABBA also made their records on the Polar label in Sweden. The man on the far left is a young Hansi Schwarz. We have Hansi Schwarz, and we have Johan Karlberg, who passed away in the 90s. We have Björn Ulvaeus, later famous from ABBA, and Tony Roth. And then I have some other Hootenanny Singers albums here, in not any particular order. They sold very good in Sweden. This is a record with songs of Bellman, Våra vackraste visor. Björn Ulvaeus left when he started to have success with well, with ABBA and Johan Karlberg left in the late 60s, I think. And then in the mid 70s, the group was disbanded. But they made a comeback in the late 70s and it was Tony Roth and Hansi Schwarz together with two other members. And they made this album, Nya Vindar, from 1979. All of them on Polar. And, well, that was the one I wanted to show. And the last one, För kärleks skull, from 1982. Where the group consisted of Hansi Schwarz, Martin Arnoldi, and Tony Roth. We have Hansi Schwarz, the man with the mustache, to the far right here. This photo. So, there were many albums issued from the Västervik Music Festival also. I've only got 2 ones here, but they are very good. This one is from 1975. It's on Polydor, and we have the Norwegian singers Finn Karlvik, Lille-Björn Nilsen, and Øystein Sunne. Also we have Swedish singer-songwriter Alf Hambe and Carl Anton, and the folk music group Skogsfjol och Flöjt. And I have another one here too. Visfestivalen Västervik 1978. And the presenter on this album is Hansi Schwarz. And we also have here Finn Karlvik again, together with another Norwegian singer, Jan Eggum, one of my favorite female singers, Monica Törnell, another very famous and popular singer in Sweden, Thomas Ledin. We have Roger Rönning, Lars T. Johansson, and the folk music group that I also like a lot, Iggesundsgänget. So, well, this great music festival, let's hope that it can continue and live now when the heart of it has stopped beating. Rest in peace, Hansi Schwarz. Thank you very much.